up, y'all? Welcome to another review by Ryan. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. It is Sunday, June 26th, and in this reaction, we'll be reacting to the 10th episode of A Couple of Cuckoos. The title of today's episode is Don't Treat Me Like a Little Sister, and that could mean one of two things. And maybe we're now about to see Sachi go into action. So, first, the last episode. The last episode did start with a date between Hiro and Nagi. And it's a date that I see a lot of people perceive different ways. Some people, like myself, thought that it was just, she feels that she's found someone who can be her equal. And so the entire date was solely meant just to have an enjoyable time out at the amusement park. Now, of course, she did admit that, she basically bribed him for the date because she wanted to get the two-person couples discount, I believe it was. But it ended up being a really nice time out with the two of them, despite the fact that Nagi wanted about none of that thrill-seeking life. So I didn't think too deeply into that, though. But I saw that a lot of you actually did think that was Hiro's way of trying to basically tell Nagi, you can't keep up with me. I'm pretty extreme, and, a normal person just, you're not going to be able to do this. And so you were like, maybe this was her way of trying to get him to not be interested in her anymore. It could float both ways. So I will give that as a genuine suggestion and thought, and we'll definitely see, what happens from this point forward after that. But I didn't think too deeply into that, though. Of course, Sachi definitely took the helm there, because Sachi was pretty damn pissed and I did have to think on this, and it does kind of make sense. I was a little critical on Sachi last episode, but I had to put myself in her shoes. If you know that your sibling is engaged now, whether it be forced or not, to someone, and that person is now living with that person, and then you find out that your brother or sister, whatever order it goes in, is on a date with someone else, it's gonna look pretty sus. So that's pretty much what it looked like with Sachi. I know I was pretty critical of her really being petty, but when I thought back on it, it kind of makes sense. If anyone was in her shoes and saw something like that, you would be pretty suspect too. So I'll give her that back. I understand the concern, but her pouty face and her anger, and then her serving that meat full of hatred, that was absolutely hilarious. Then of course we had continued to have really nice interactions between the three of them, between Sachi and Erika and Nagi, and I continue to get my support that the chemistry between Erika and Nagi continues to be superior to all other chemistry in the show. And then of course we had the fishing episode, where, this man shows up at the freaking house at 3 a.m. in the morning, and, they go out and they have a little fishing thing with the family, and that was nice. That was really, really nice. So yeah. But with that said, my opinions is the show continues to rank relatively well with me. I think that it's going very well. Oh, and I forgot to talk about the fact that Erika got to experience a bathhouse for the first time, and she really, really did enjoy that and wants to take her mom there. So all in all, I think that it was a really well put together episode. We had a lot of different dynamics going on there, and a lot of things that they were pointing at, and it ended really well. So with that said, I'm really interested to see what's going to happen this episode, with the title of Don't Treat Me Like a Little Sister. It could be anything. And before we start, I would normally talk about the ratings, but unfortunately the community decided not to vote A Couple of Cuckoos as a top 10 episode in the last week, whether that be on Anime Corner or Anime Trending. So, it's very important to know that we did just have a week of a lot of top tier shows ending. So many of the shows, and I'm still going to put the list up just so you can see it. And as you can see on the list via Anime Corner, again, we had Summertime Rendering and Ahiren ended, Love After World Domination ended, Spy X Family ended, Tomodachi ended, Kaguya-sama ended, Date Alive ended, Rising of the Shield Hero did some fake ending thing. It shouldn't even be on this list, but that's a whole nother topic that I talked about in the Kaguya reaction video. One thing to keep in mind is this is a 24 episode show to occur consecutive. So the episodes will air consecutive to each other, which means that we will go into the summer season with A Couple of Cuckoos animating. So with that said, enough talk about that. We're going to go ahead and jump into this episode. And after I put my eye drops in my eye on the eye that's still healing, we'll get started. All right, and I am back and ready to start the episode. So let's get this episode reaction started in 3, 2, 1. Mm-hmm. Such a train wreck opening. Etika's so cute, though. Everyone's cute in their own way, so. Apparently there's a lot more Sachi lovers than I love. A lot of y'all love Sachi, so that's cool. I can't see her winning at anything, but that's cool. Ah. Ah. Dang, you just remembered you want to do that today? Oh, wow. Dang. Yeah, I think it's genuine. Let's go ahead and go. This man acting like he that much older. And I think she's more into clothes now because of her sister. Huh? Yeah, true. Dang, was always ignoring. Dang, you gotta do better, my dude. I tell you, you can't go to the mall in peace, can't eat in peace, can't do nothing. I ain't gonna lie, I do feel for y'all girls sometimes. I do. My goodness! People can't walk in peace! Oh my goodness! I mean, yeah, but it would make, yeah. I do like how they just carry on. No one makes an attempt to correct. It is what it is. Yes. Aww. I'm not either, to be fair. I have family members who keep trying to get me to bring flowers from my house, and I'd never take care of them. I'm sure she'd appreciate any big or small thing. They have no idea what it's like to be sad. Maybe just knowing that y'all are alive and well. There you go. Let's go for it. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh boy. She did the hair thing. Oh boy. I mean, I can understand that in that sense. They are older now, so. Hey, that worked out well. That's not a great idea, though. I mean, that's just. Ah. All right. She her cup of noodle experience. There's nothing like it. Oh my goodness. Bruh. Bruh. This man has a. Again, they're just so casual with each other. She just dragged this man out the house and everything. Your studying has been canceled for today. Oh my goodness. Why would we bring this man to the bookstore? Oh. Huh? She got cut off? Oh, so she was really trying to be independent. Or that. Oh! Yeah, come on, girl. Oh boy. Oh, no. You can't just be sitting. No, this is the one who owns this fine establishment. Hey, at least you didn't start throwing stuff, so there you go. Is he gonna look out for her? Yeah. He stayed out there with her. Hey, she's trying her best. Hey. I do just love how comfortable Etika is with him, though, and just talking about these things. She's like the non-peasant life. Oh, it most certainly is. No, he's not going to jail today, y'all. They just match. They just match. That's all it comes down to. They're a good match for each other. And I'm glad you recognize it. Oh boy. You know, one episode I'm like, no, it's not feelings. It's just Sachi being concerned about being taken away from her brother. And then episodes like this, I'm like, no, it's feelings. You just never know with Sachi. Oh. Oh, man. Oh. 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 Oh, man. The picture and all. Oh, boy. Well, everything's in motion. I mean, everything is in motion at this point. And the die is set. I mean, you know, if Sachi does have feelings, it's just going to be an absolute loss for you. And there's also one more thing I want to say about Hito, even though she had no presence in this episode. So I'll talk about that when this great ending is done. All right, so what I want to say before I talk about my post reaction to this episode. So, you know, I was talking a lot about Hito and the fact that, you know, she's trying to show him that he's way out of her league, but I want to put a bit more emphasis on that here. Again, that unfortunately, there's no one else that will be compatible with a girl like her than Nagi. And unfortunately, while their chemistry as friends works, their chemistry as just a couple does not. And now it's a similar situation to Sachi here, where Sachi's a cute girl. She's a good girl. I like her personality. I do like Sachi. I actually really do like Sachi. She's a good character. And all three of the girls are great here. But same situation applies here. You know, even eliminating the fact that it would be incredibly awkward if she has romantic feelings or this and that, you can't help but look at the way that Nagi and Erika interact. I mean, look how fast from the time of them saying they weren't going to communicate with each other when they first got forced to move in the house with each other to when the very next day moment, Erika was perfectly fine and she's completely comfortable around him. Like, she's wholeheartedly comfortable. It doesn't seem like she's forcing herself or anything. She is genuinely comfortable around his presence. She does listen to him. She does listen to his opinion. She does listen to the words that come out of his mouth. She's a good person. They are great people to each other. And out of the three, Well, there you go. They have the best chemistry. Now that picture, of course, the picture now shows that they have had interactions before, and took pictures before. So, that's a whole nother thing. I mean, everything is in motion to the fact that they just mesh better with each other. So now it comes down to how 10 episodes in, I thought that this might end up going the harem route potentially, but at this point, I think the show is pretty much setting it in stone that no, it is going to be Erika and Nagi at the end of it. And Nagi himself just does not realize that everything is already in motion at this point. And everyone sees it and knows it. And I think that, Sachi realized it herself when she was describing those two. And obviously we don't know how her description was when they were at the house talking, but it's very clear that they talked about a lot. And, Sachi realizes it. So now it just comes down to Sachi just does not want to be treated like a kid anymore. And if she does have feelings, we need to nip that in the bud very quickly. With that said, it was a good episode. It definitely, has put things more into motion about what's going to end up happening now. And, unfortunately for Hito and Sachi, it really is just a tale of it ain't happening. It just ain't happening. So yeah. But I really did enjoy the episode. It was a nice episode, and the moments between Erika and Nagi again were absolutely adorable and wonderful, and they just continue to have great chemistry with each other. So with that said, that is my reaction to episode 10 of A Couple of Cuckoos. I hope you liked the reaction and are liking the show up to this point. If you did like the reaction, please like the video and consider subscribing to the channel. And if you want to be one of the first to be notified when a new reaction becomes available, hit the bell icon. So with that said, I will catch you guys next week for episode 11 of A Couple of Cuckoos. And the title of that episode is not available yet. So we will talk about that next week. So until next week's episode, catch you later. Hey, one more thing I wanted to add into the end of the reaction too, and it was talking about Nagi's dad. Something is really suspect. Something is really, really suspect here. And I talked a bit about that. Obviously, the picture means that they've had interactions in the past, but I might go a step further. Was the switch intentionally done? Was there possibly something else going on between the two families that we don't know about? There is definitely a big mystery by him having that picture in there now. And guys, I think that there is definitely going to be a lot of heavy stuff getting ready to come out when we go into this second section of the season, since of course we do have 13 more episodes. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to speak too much more on what the picture meant and what's actually going on now, because I don't know. We just got that introduction. I'm more confused than anything, but I am definitely dying to see what's going to end up transpiring from that. So we'll see how things go. And I get the feeling there's going to be some explaining to do when it's all said and done. But until we get to that point, I'll catch y'all guys then.